Palau, Papua New Guinea, Fiji, Solomon Islands, Tonga, Tuvalu. Also in attendance were officials from Australia, United States, and representatives from the civil society organizations in the region. Challenges. Countries in the Pacific Islands increasingly pursue their development goals in the fluid environment of globalization. This provides new challenges and opportunities requiring enhanced governance capacities. Within this scenario, some of the key constraints facing states within the region include the high cost of travel and communication within the region. Developing the strategic skills to manage island societies calls for public sector capabilities that are at once prepared to capture new opportunities and guide island population from the less desirable effects of globalizing world. It also calls for transparent governance. However, certain degree of reform fatigue has emerged in recent years in the Pacific Islands. In some cases, it was noted that countries undertook a reactive response to innovation rather than a proactive one. Nonetheless, the most successful innovations are often internally driven rather than compelled by external change. To be proactive, there must be a focus on capacity building. Full-fledged public service, which incorporates merit system, act as pillar to good governance. Some recommendations. 1, by choosing to draw on the strengths of the local culture, more can be accomplished than by relying exclusively or predominantly on the more modern governance systems. Traditional norms and values are critical and must be incorporated in the innovation process. Participants acknowledge that by incorporating and actively looking to benefit from the attributes the Pacific Islands and its people, this will help to improve state capacity as well as the ability of public officials and citizens to improve services, as well as overall conditions for small island states. Many of the initiatives presented emphasize the importance of community participation in providing trust through parliament select committees, consultation with traditional leaders, churches, civil society groups, and national leadership conventions, which address the need for ongoing dialogue and emphasize the importance of promoting peace and harmony within society. Buy-in to the consultation process can be one of the biggest challenges. In some cases, citizens view the topics under discussion as issues that should be automatically taken care of by the government, while others, governance partners, think that they are already doing what they need to do. The need, therefore, is to establish a strong collaboration culture, particularly in cases where there are income discrepancy issues between different areas or districts. In case of post-conflict situation, trust has also played a critical means of rebuilding society. When fortifying a new government during reconstruction periods, many people can be excluded in the peace process due to security concern or worry that varied interest will delay agreement and actions. Often, too, there are conflicting concerns, wanting to include everyone in the process, yet wanting full participation in the early stages. The Pacific Islands experiences show that despite these factors, it is essential that no one is excluded from the consultation process. While this means that agreement can be more difficult and takes longer to achieve, once it is achieved, it is more enduring and accepted by the populace as a whole. due to the ownership generated by the participation in the process. Transparent processes are also essential when developing a new constitution or legal documents during post-crisis period. Since the process of rebuilding trust is a slow one, concerted effort must be made to ensure that all contributors are aware of even minor changes. And it was mentioned yesterday that perhaps one of the ways to improve government performance is to limit the term of the parliamentarians or Congress. My island country, we are presidential form of government. We did just that. Last referendum, we limit the term of the Congress people to 12 years. We found that they were self-serving, get elected. With the power they have, as their power goes up, their performance goes down. And because of that, we passed during the referendum last year, 2 years ago, to limit their term to 12 years. In closing, let me thank the organizers for this UN for inviting the participants from the Pacific to attend this forum. And we're looking forward for future invitations. And also let me thank the government and people of Austria for the hospitality and support of this forum. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Veseves. It is now my pleasure to invite to the podium His Excellency Erskine Griffith, Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development of Barbados, who will brief us on the results of the Forum for the Caribbean Island Countries.
Mr. Chairman, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure for me to deliver the report on the Caribbean Regional Forum on Building Trust in Government, Improving Public Management through Civic Engagement, which was organized by UNDESA in partnership with UNDP Barbados and of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States and the Caribbean Center for Development Administration. The forum, which was hosted by the Government of Barbados, provided an opportunity for the sharing of innovations and best practices of governments and civil society engagements in public sector management with the aim of enhancing the quality and effectiveness of governance within the region. It highlighted within the overall theme of building trust in government the key challenges of civic engagement in public governance. Among other things, the general lack of transparency and accountability in public governance, as well as limited opportunities of civic participation in service delivery and accountability mechanisms, were deemed as the main challenges of trust in the Caribbean countries. It was agreed that the lack of access to information and the absence of opportunities for civil society to participate in public policies and programs weaken inclusiveness in public governance in these countries. Participants also recognize that building trust in governments through citizen engagement is about adequately supporting appropriate engagement processes and providing necessary regulatory, institutional, and capacity building parameters to undertake the task of citizen-government partnerships in public governance. They also pointed to the lack of strong leadership with regard to the creation of enabling environment for participation. The type of leadership to which they referred is that which is committed to and appreciates the value of participation, especially to mainstream the poor and the disadvantaged into the entire decision-making processes of the state. They made a number of recommendations as follows. greater